Okay, so welcome to yoga. Welcome from the birds with Alex. It's taken many tries to get us here with the lighting and with the positioning, so this is the best that I can do. So we're going to go for our first little round, okay? So first of all, if you don't have a mat, you don't need a mat, right? You can go outside, do it on tiles, do it on carpet, do it on your kitchen floor. You do not need a mat to practice yoga or any form of exercise. You actually don't need any equipment at all, okay? And I'll do a series of videos introducing us to kind of different functional exercises in yoga with and without equipment. Okay, so first of all, just find yourself on your mat or on the ground. Take a moment just to feel your feet. Feel your toes. Make sure you're comfortable, your clothing's nice and loose. Any jewelry, your hair's out of the way. Just get yourself super comfortable, no tight straps. And just take a moment of stillness. Tadasana pose. We're going to begin standing just because it feels more appropriate in this current time where a lot of us have got like adrenaline or anxieties, or there's a lot of moving pieces. So we're going to begin standing and go for a series, and then we will come down onto the mat later on. Okay. Feel your feet on the ground. We're going to take it to the breath. Breathing in. As we're doing this, take a moment to relax your jaw, cheeks, your eye sockets, and all those little muscles around the forehead. Just feel them expand, release, breathe in nice. We're going to visualize that the soles of the feet, roots, just like a tree, digging into the ground beneath us. Whether it's wood, concrete, tiles, soil, just visualize roots into the ground, keeping us balanced, grounded and sturdy. And we're extending from those roots all the way up towards our hips. The pelvis is staying in neutral, so we try not to arch or tuck under. In the middle, spine is nice and long. And on every exhalation, the crown of the head is going to grow towards the sky. Shoulders releasing towards the ground, space between the ears, those neck muscles increasing, tensions relieving ever so slightly. And no matter where you are in the world, whether you're in a city, whether you're on the outskirts, whether you're in the forest, know that you are currently breathing in possibly the cleanest air that we have for a long, long time. All the mayhem, all the crisis, just take a moment to feel a sense of stillness, a sense of peace. And if you'd like to set an intention, I would invite you to do so now. Something personal. That might be something different to maybe what your ambitions have looked like previously. Some sort of manifestation, some sort of wish, health towards yourself, your family, humanity, future. And then we're going to visualize that intention right between the eyes where the third eye sits. Just visualize it clicking into place, like a lock in a key. We're going to get sound effects today as well. Okay, and we're going to go straight into a pranayama just because it feels additionally appropriate. So we're going to bring ourselves back, bring the senses back to the body. And we're going to go for a deep breath in. As we breathe in, again, anything, any worries, any strife, any particular, I know there's a lot going on, but a particular worry that you've got, we're going to breathe in. And as we breathe in, we're going to transfer the worry from the mind into the mouth so we can let it out as we exhale. So I'm going to think of mine. And then as we breathe in, we're going to get the worry, we're going to breathe it in. Fill the lungs all the way up, up, up. Reach up towards the sky if you can, test the balance, get ready to let it go, transfer it into the back of the throat and let it out. And slowly, slowly unrolling the spine. I'm going to do that 5 times, so 4 more. If you want to add a couple of extra on, feel free. So in your own time, visualize what it is. You have to visualize it, transfer it into the back of the throat, ready to be released. Your balance might be tested ever so slightly, which is fine. And let it out. Let it go. So 1 more. I don't know if that's 5 in total, but no worries. Breathe it in. Fill the lungs up as much as you can. Reach up towards the sky. And slowly, slowly, slowly unroll it. Okay, breathing in into our standing side bend. Taking the wrist and exhaling down into our first position, okay? So just feeling it down the side of the lats. Don't worry about going too far, especially if you've been holding a lot of tension. Maybe you haven't been moving around as you normally would, or doing the same type of stretches or exercises, or you've just been tense. Be patient with the body. And every time we breathe in, we're going to fill the lungs from the bottom to the top. And as we exhale, we're going to ease our way into the stretch a little bit more. And then and up. Arms down. Breathe in, fill the lungs all the way up. Take hold of the wrist and exhale. Now always remember, one side might be tighter or looser. So be gentle. Don't have kind of symmetrical expectations. Treat each body part as its own. Ease your way down. And listen to your body. If your body tells you not to go any further, stay where you are. If it tells you to ease down a little bit forward, a little bit further, ease down further. And as we come down, let's roll out the shoulders. Okay, let's open and mobilize the neck. So first of all, get your neck in what we call neutral. So a lot of us tend to carry our heads forward ever so slightly. So we're going to draw, tuck the chin in, elongate the back of the neck. Tummy a little bit strong just to support the spine, breathing in. Exhale to one side. Into center, exhale to the other side. Really using our breath work to bring us into the present moment. And then we're going to go for a semicircle, breathing in. Drawing it with the chin across the collarbone and exhale down. breathe in. Beginning to take the eyes ever so slightly higher. And then all of that mobility preparing us for the stretch. Again, tuck the chin in, elongate the back of the neck, breathe in. Exhale down to the side. Find your stretch. And bringing us back to the breath, as we breathe in, we feel the lungs from the bottom to the middle, to the top. And as we exhale from the top, middle and bottom. And up to the other side. Where we hold so much tension again, just easing out the small muscle groups. Inevitably, they're so often the muscle groups that hold us together, do all the background work for the larger muscle groups, and never kind of ignoring the fact that they need a lot of attention. We're going to go one more time. Breathe in, down to the side. And this time as we come down, drawing the shoulder away, we're going to rotate the head. We're going to take the eyes down, draw the shoulder away, we're going to take the eyes up. And down. And up. And to the other side. Breathe in. Exhale. Eyes down. Eyes up. You know, and more than likely you'll have one side that is a little bit tighter. For me, it's my left. So just gently ease in. Okay, then coming back up and giving it a shake. Okay, so we're going to mobilise and stretch out the neck. We've done a little bit of the lats. We're going to go into a standing forward bend. So take a nice deep breath in as we breathe in. Try to touch either side of the kind of sky or the walls. And exhale down. Now as we exhale, I'll turn to the side. We're going to try and clamp the shoulders back. Ease the body down nice and straight into our first position. If you're a little bit tight, I'm a little bit tight, which is not surprising right now, because you can just take those knees to a bend just as we begin to ease them out. So we're just going to go side to side. There's no rush, there's no pressure, just gently opening out the hamstrings, the glutes, maybe the back, wherever you're feeling it most. Just nice and patiently working with the body. Add in the breath. Breathing in. Work it out. And then when you feel ready, we're going to pull the knees straight. If you're still feeling a lot of a stretch, then keep the knees bent. There's no right or wrong way, okay? Okay, now let's explore the position of the head. Let's try and ease out some of the tension. We're going to move the neck around a little bit. We're going to say yes. Nod the head up and down, give it a good swing. And then we're going to say no. Side to side. And yes. No. Maybe feeling it pulling down where the traps attach a little bit further up. Okay, continuing with our forward bend, you're going to take your grip, either the back of the thighs, the back of the calves, or the ankles, whatever feels better. And again, if you're super tight, bend the knees. Just adjust however feels good. Breathe in from the bottom to the top of the lungs. As we exhale, we're going to visualize the tummy coming towards the thighs. And hold that visualization while adding the breath. Okay. Breathe in, exhaling the chest towards the knees, pulling the spine nice and long from the base all the way up to the top. Deep breath in. Crown of the head coming towards the toes. And we can just take the arm position behind and let's see if we can lift those arms back. So try not to let the shoulders hitch up towards the ears. Let them come back and then the hands come down. Any way that feels okay. Let's open up those pecs. Just challenge the position of the shoulder blades. Breathe in nice and deeply. Feel it. Deep breath in. And exhale, let the hands come down on the shins, and we're going to walk up or just gently pull up into our halfway up. Spinal reset. So in our spinal reset, we're trying to avoid being hitched over, try and contract the shoulders back, elongate the spine, get a little bit of a curve. Sometimes I struggle, I'm a bit tight here in the lower back. Breathe in. Exhale down. Give yourself a little bit of a pull. Gently softening the knees. We're going to come back to standing like a flower, unrolling up towards the sun. Slow, slow, slow. Let the circulatory system adjust. Breathe in. As the arms come up, invitation for the first back bend. So super gentle. Shoulder blades scooped under. Open the heart up towards the ceiling. Don't worry about going too far back. If your back is compromised or you have pain, put the hands in prayer. If not, listen to the body. If you want to go back further, you can. And finding ourselves in prayer, thumbs on the heart. Back to the breath, feeling more and more present. The mind's completely focused on what we're asking it to do. Using the breath to keep us conscious. Okay, we're going to add that into a flow, okay? Deep breath in. Invitation to back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Shoulders back. Ease your way down. Exhale. As you come down, give yourself a pull on the legs or a push on the floor. Breathe in halfway up. Hold the lungs full of air. Clamp the shoulders back. Exhale, down. Pulling or pushing. Softening the knees. Breathe in to stand. Invitation to back bend. Exhale to prayer. Thumbs on the heart. Feeling attuned. Beginning to feel more aligned. Okay, one more, nice and big. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold the lungs full of air. Clamp the shoulders back. Chin down as well, right? Sometimes when we do our halfway up, we tend to look up. Elongate the back of the spine, tuck the chin in, keep the lungs full. Exhale down. Soften the knees. Feeling the heart beating. Okay. So, we've done some bending, some extensions, flexing, extending. Let's go into some twists for a Trikonasana sequence, a triangle pose sequence. One leg forward, one leg back. Roughly 5 footsteps from the back of the front heel to the inside of the foot, but if you're tight, go further in. If your legs are long, have a little bit more space, okay? Find yourself in a comfortable position. Again, remembering with movement, there's no right or wrong way, ever. No matter what the recommendations or what anyone tells you, just make sure it feels okay. So breathe in, lift the arms up. Exhale, shoulders back, tuck the pelvis under. Preparing for our front hinge, breathing in. Exhale down, first position of our Trikonasana sequence. Going to take those 4 fingers and place them on the back of the shin. If it's tight, if you're feeling tight, come higher. Loose, go lower. Trying to get laterally square. So instead of twisting over, we're going to open up, take the eyes towards the ceiling. And if you want to go lower, place that hand on the ground, on a block or on a can of beans, whatever feels okay. Shoulders back. Squeeze the tummy. As you exhale, stretch up, up, up. Breathe in nice and deep. And wherever you're feeling it, so I'm feeling it inside my adductor on my left leg that's in front, visualize the breath traveling to that part of the body. Delivering oxygen, collecting lactic acid, just helping you out ever so slightly. Stretch up, feel the space in between the lungs. One more breath in. And rotate forward, exhale down into your hamstring stretch, okay? So you can have one hand on a block on either side or on anything you have in the house, on cans of food or bottles of water, or on the leg, or you can go for the floor. And we're trying to draw the shoulders back. They will want to come over, okay? Especially mine. Mine have a tendency to go forward. So I'm going to try and shuffle them back, get as much flexion as I can from the lower back, as much length from that hamstring. And I'm gently going to take it to the breath and not rush. Give my hamstring and my body the time it needs to open and stretch after so much time contracting and under stress. Just offer patience and love for your physical body in this moment. Okay, reverse Trikonasana. So I'm going to take the opposite hand, so my left leg's forward, the right hand's going to come on the ground, come up on a block if you need to, or come up on the leg as well if you need to. We'll take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to twist round. Shoulders back and twist up. Now, if you're feeling super tight, an additional variation is you can just place that front opposite elbow, you can take the hand behind the back and twist. Any variation of this, down to this, okay? Shoulders back. The twist is trying to come from the lower spine, that muscle that supports the back, your erector spinae. Shoulders back. Stretch up. One more breath. Exhale, tall, and then take us back down. Feel the hamstring opening more and more as we've asked it to stretch. Offer any movement that feels like it's helpful, and then gently we're going to rotate that arm back. We're going to lift up nice and slowly into our warrior two, nice and gentle. Find your way down, shoulders back, breathing nice and deep. Adjust the feet as you feel like you want to. Ease down. And if you want to come up on the front tiptoes, come up on the front tippy toes. And this pose is warrior two for a reason. You're looking down here like this is your bow and your arrow. Looking firmly down channeling your inner warrior, breathing nice and deep. Try not to hitch forward as I just felt I'm doing, so I'm going to adjust and go back. One more breath. I'm going to exhale, push up, reverse or adapted Trikonasana, easing my way back into my back bend. And again, even though the lungs are compromised, my work here is to fill the lungs from the bottom all the way to the top. Release into it on exhalation. One more. And gently, gently return up. I'm going to twist the foot forward. I'm going to go for a wide legged forward bend. Just ease out my hips ever so slightly. I'm going to breathe in, spine nice and tall. I'm going to exhale down. Keeping my spine nice and straight. And finding your hands on the floor or on a block again or on some cans of any type of food or anything you have that's square in the house. If your hamstrings are tight, bend the knees. Okay. And then I'm just going to ease out my inner thighs side to side. If you've got your hands on supports, you can move the supports with you. Feel it really pulling, oh that might just be me, but I feel it really pulling on the inside of my knee. You might feel it further up towards the groin. Again, trying to keep the position of the shoulders so we're not hitching over. I'm trying to work really hard to keep my shoulders back as I ease down. I'm breathing in as I come up. I'm exhaling as I ease down. One knee I have which is good and solid, I can go lower. And I have my dodgy knee, my left, so I'm not going quite so low with that knee. Okay, back to center. Breathing in, feet in a comfy position. Exhaling, I'm going to take the head towards the ground. And as we go down, we can even walk the hands through the legs. Walking, walking, walking. And breathe. Any variation. Feel free to put your head on the floor, on a block. Patiently feeling, consciously feeling the soles of the feet evenly pressing into the ground. Feeling where your body is feeling it. Acknowledging any tightness or imbalances. And then we're gently going to come forward. We're going to prepare to unroll. So if you need to take the feet in a little bit, do. Soften the knees, unroll. Each individual vertebrae, one by one by one. Just making sure you don't feel dizzy. And then we're going to offer an extension. So to balance out our flexion, position 1, we're going to take the hands to prayer. Position 2, you can take the hands at the back of the thighs. I'm going to go position 1. I'm going to get my pelvis in neutral, so my lower abdominals are working, my bandhas as well. Breathing in and exhaling heart towards the sky. Now these postures are particularly important in a time where we naturally will be kind of protecting our heart. We're tense, okay? There's a lot going on, and there'll be a lot going on emotionally for all of us with friends and families. So reverse that movement. Open the heart like someone is lifting you up from your breastbone. Stretch the neck muscles. Breathe in nice and deep. Let's go. Trikonasana sequence for the other side. Breathe in, arms up. Make sure you're comfortable with the legs. Exhale, shoulders back. Breathe in. Exhale down. Find your position for your Trikonasana. Maybe a different variation to the previous one. You might need to be higher or lower. Any alternatives are absolutely fine, with the elbows on the knees or all the way down if you want to. Trying to get the hips open, shoulders square so we're not kind of curving over. Just taking a moment to acknowledge, where do you feel it on your body? What part of the body is maybe working very hard or compensating? Reach up, 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 nice and high. Deep breath in. And rotate to your exhalation. Feeling the hamstring open. Making any necessary adjustments with the feet. Really just stepping into your body. Stepping into this moment. Deep breath in. Let's prepare for the reverse with an exhalation and twist and open. Shoulders back. So let's not let that shoulder rotate forward. Open the heart up towards the sky. Any variation, absolutely okay. You need to take the hand behind the back or the left hand higher, feel free. Stretch up, 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 tall, tall, tall. Fill the lungs all the way up, that's our work. Even though we're twisting, squeeze the oxygen all the way into the bottom of the lungs. Exhale up high. And release back into our hamstring stretch. Feeling yourself slow down and become more and more still on every exhalation as we make our way through our practice. Feeling more and more grounded, more and more present. Okay, preparing to lift up, taking the left hand, rotating back. Easing our way into our warrior two. Any variation, shoulders back. Again, channel the inner warrior, look down your bow and arrow. Ease your way down. You might be able to go lower than the other sides. Absolutely fine. Coming up onto the tippy toes if you'd like to do so. One more deep breath. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Ease back. Adapted Trikonasana. Into our back bend. Take it back to the breath. Seeing if you can ease your way a little bit further down. Heart open. And gently coming back up. And as we come back up, let's take a moment just to pull those feet in. Shuffle or jump if you would like to do so. Let's get rid of you. And offer a little bit of movement for the body. Ease it out. Okay, we're going to go into a downward dog sequence. So we're going to come towards the end of the mat. Feet roughly hip width apart. Ease your way down onto your mat. Again, roughly, more or less 5 footsteps. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th, place the heels of the hands down. And let's find our first position, just stepping side to side. And step. And step. Let's ease out the lower back a little bit more, the hamstrings, the calves, maybe the upper back, the back of your thoracic spine. And step. And then when you're ready, draw the heels down as much as they will go. If you need to bend the knees, that's absolutely fine as well. There's no right or wrong way. Trying to get the whole of the heel, the palms of the hands on the floor, and the fingers from where they join the hands all the way to the fingertips. So feel the spine or the tailbone lifting up diagonally towards the sky behind us. Open the heart towards the mat and breathe. Every time feeling the hips shift back and the heart opening towards the mat a little bit more. And then gently, gently releasing. I'm going to offer an optional Chaturanga Vinyasa just to get a back extension to balance us out. If you want to leave it out, go into child's pose, or you can do any variation that you feel. First variation, propping the knees on the floor, easing your way down. Nice and slow, breathing into Sphinx is the first variation. And then as you feel ready, coming back on the knees, tucking the toes under, stepping in for your downward dog. Back to the breath. Second variation, breathing in, shifting the body weight, shuffling the toes back, getting yourself in your plank, nice and long. Easing your way down to Chaturanga. Breathing in, Cobra. You can drop your hips down towards the ground. Pelvis should be kind of tucked under slightly, just to protect the lower back. Open the heart, shoulders back, eyes up, breathing in. If you want to offer some movement for the neck, sometimes it feels quite nice. And then when you're ready, easing your way back, stepping in into your downward dog. Okay, deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to roll down onto the knees into our puppy dog pose. So just keeping those hips on top of the knees and beginning to walk forward. Position one of our puppy dog. Now, if you're feeling tight or your upper back is tight, place something like a cushion, a pillow, or a block if you have one on the floor to place the forehead on. If it feels too intense, walk back to reduce the space. If you need to increase the intensity, feel yourself pulling away. And just breathe nice and deep. Feel it behind the lats. Constantly making any adjustments. And with a final invitation to lift onto the chin. And as we lift onto the chin and the heart sinks down, feel the shoulder blades, your scapula, they're broadening away from each other, right? We're increasing the space in that between the thoracic spine and the shoulder blades. Your rhomboids are stretching. Breathe deeply. Breathing wherever you feel the stretch. And then coming back onto the forehead, walk the hands in ever so slightly as we make our way back and sit down into a child's pose just to offer a moment of restoration. Hands wherever you're comfortable, you can place them in reverse prayer or have them long all over here. Take a moment with your forehead on the ground, feeling connected, feeling grounded, feeling peaceful. And then Gently releasing the hands down. We're going to come up on the knees. Knees underneath the hips, heels of the hands underneath the shoulder blades. We're going to go into a cat and a cow stretch. So first of all, find yourself in neutral. I think that feels about neutral for me. I'm going to breathe in, tilt forward, open up, and exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Stretch out. And as soon as you feel a strong sensation or stretch or a sweet spot being found, hold it a little bit longer. As we go into our cow stretch, you really want to try and get, because often we kind of drop down, but we want to get the shoulders back and that breastbone all the way out in front. Fill the lungs up. And exhale through. Let's go, 2 more. And then I'm going to find myself in neutral. I'm going to twist forward and I'm going to come into a seated position with my legs crossed. We make our way onto our back, ready for a Shavasana. Twist the mat slightly. Okay, so let's go for a quick torso twist, just to balance everything we're doing out. So first of all, when you find yourself seated, any variation of seated is okay if your knees or your hips are a little bit troublesome. Pull your spine nice and tall. And then as we exhale, you're going to find the hand on the opposite knee, shoulders back, and just exhale into your twist. Now the aim of this twist, like so many movements in yoga and other kind of physical activities, it's not just about going as far as you can, right? It's about analysing and being aware of your form. So we're trying to stack the shoulders on top of the hips. We're trying to not lead with the chin. We're trying to stack the head on top of the shoulders. And then we're trying to get the twist from the torso. Fill the lungs all the way up. Exhale. And then gently, gently coming back. Breathe in. And exhale to the other side. Again, knowing one side might be tighter. Keep the form, one more breath, and easing your way back. Okay, coming onto the mat now. So we're going to twist around, we're going to lie down on the mat, on our backs, get nice and comfortable. We're going to begin with a reverse pigeon, so we're going to cross over, breathe in, exhale. Position 1, if you're very tight, is just to lift that right leg up off the floor, driving the right knee up. Position 2, through the hands, lifting up. Position 3, up and over, depending on how your leg feels. Breathing nice and deep. Feeling more and more still on every exhalation, more and more quiet. Feeling the ground beneath you holding you. Gently holding the position of the legs, taking the arms out, breathe in. Exhale, we're going to drop the sole of the bent leg on towards the ground. Shoulders flat on the ground. If you need to feel it more, push higher, less, push lower. Keep the breath nice and deep. And then gently, gently coming back. So release that leg, give the knees a quick hug. And let's make our way to the other side. Cross over. Again, one leg might be tighter. This is always my tighter hip. So I'm going to be more gentle. I'm going to find my position. I'm going to go under. Feels good. Can I go over? Just about. Just gently opening up the hips. Your abductors. Your glutes. Maybe in your knees. Take it back to the breath. Feeling the earth breathe as you breathe. And then opening the arms, breathing in, and exhaling across. Let that foot drop down. Sinking deeper and deeper on every exhalation. And then gently returning. Release, draw the knees into the body. Let's come into our final asana before I guide you through a short Shavasana. I will offer a longer one as a video on its own. Taking the hands into a happy baby pose, we're going to go for the outside of the feet. If for any way that feels uncomfortable, any variation is okay. Grab the ankles or the knees, again, whatever feels okay. And then just gently rocking side to side. Just take a moment to explore the position of your legs. You can rock from side to side. I really like to bend one leg and straighten the other leg. And try straightening both legs. My hamstrings are feeling tighter than normal. And then when you're ready, you're going to find yourself lying flat on your floor, on your mat, on your carpet, ready for a gentle Shavasana. Get yourself nice and comfortable. I'm going to sit, but I'm going to ask you to lie. And you can take a moment, move the meat at the base of the spine to get your lower back pressing into the ground, shuffle the shoulders around. Move your head left to right, just using the mat or the floor to massage the back of the head. And then finding yourself nice and still, releasing the tension in the jaw, in the cheeks, all around the eye sockets, the forehead, the temples. Just feel the tension release as it expands. And take some nice deep breaths. Breathing in. Let it go as you exhale. Hands facing up towards the sky, representing openness and surrender. Surrender into the things that we can't control, to the concept of a natural order. And just feeling your body sink into the ground. Taking a moment to revisit your intention, a goal or an ambition. And feeling yourself moving closer and closer towards achieving that goal, ambition or intention. Visualize it coming closer. And as you breathe in, we're going to allocate the breath a colour, okay, the molecules of oxygen. And I'm going to suggest a sky blue, just on the concept that the sky is becoming cleaner, the oxygen is becoming higher. And as you breathe in, you're going to visualize that purity, those little balls of sky blue energy traveling all the way in. Visualize them traveling into your body, into your tailbone. And as you continue to breathe in, you're going to fill yourself up with that sky blue energy from the bottom all the way to the top. So going past your stomach, your solar plexus, your heart, and filled up with life and positivity, your throat, your forehead, until you reach the crown of your head. Hold your breath. And visualize the molecules dancing around. And then when you're ready to let go, just exhale, sinking into the ground. Breathing in, filling yourself up again with that sky blue colour and energy. Squeeze as much oxygen as you can into the lungs. And as you exhale, let it go. You can visualize those same fields of energy just spiraling around your body, front and back, left and right, just filling the immediate space around you with this same sky blue energy of life. Feeling completely still. Then taking a deep breath in, bringing yourself back into your body with some movement of the fingers and the toes. Move your tongue. Take a deep breath in, stretch the arms high above the head. Stretch your legs out. Your fingers, your toes, your spine, stretch up, 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 nice and tall. On your floor or on your mat. And then when you're ready, draw the knees into the body for a final hug of today's practice, just giving yourself a rock from side to side. dropping down onto your side if you would like to do so. And then just taking a moment to come back. As you feel ready, feel free to stay down as long as you need to. But when you're ready, coming back up to join me, legs crossed. Body nice and tall. Feeling connected at the root of the spine or the bum, all the way up to the crown of the head, communicating with the world around us. Feeling a sense of balance and energy. Feeling rejuvenated and positive. And just take a moment to take a deep breath in of gratitude and give thanks for one thing that you're currently grateful for right now in your life, despite everything that's going on, something that makes us more fortunate than many other people in the world, regardless of this crisis. And then when you're ready, just gently bring yourself back, opening the eyes. Thank you very much if you did do that practice with me. This is the first session that I've taught online, so any feedback, feel free to send me in a private message or in a comment. If it's going to be cruel, please don't send it. And I will offer a series of other videos. Some will be harder, some will be just meditation or some visualization, but if there's something that you want, feel free to send it to me. This is a great time for us to strengthen as a community and support each other, so you'll be supporting me as much as I'm supporting you. And yeah, any feedback and we can take it from there. But if you did watch this till the end, I do appreciate it. And yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.